Costco sells a hot dog and a soda for $1.50. They have sold it for $1.50 since 1985. Through inflation, through recessions, and through global supply chain disasters, the price has never moved, not once. And whenever someone inside the company suggests raising it, even by a few cents, the answer is always the same: over my dead body. That's not a figure of speech, that's a direct quote from the CEO. So why? By every rule of modern business, that hot dog should not exist. Inflation alone should have killed it 20 years ago. Yet Costco, a company with over $300 billion in annual revenue, has quietly turned a cheap piece of processed meat into one of the most powerful business weapons ever created. This is the story of how a $1.50 hot dog helped build a retail empire, and once you understand why it works, you'll never look at Costco the same way again. To understand the hot dog, you need to understand what Costco was up against when it started. It's 1983. Jim Senegal and Jeff Brotman opened the first Costco warehouse in Seattle. No fancy shelves, no music, no sales staff, just pallets of bulk goods stacked to the ceiling. The model was brutally simple: charge customers a yearly membership fee, and in return, sell them products at the lowest possible prices. But there was just one problem: nobody trusted it. But think about it from a shopper's perspective. You're being asked to pay money up front, just for the privilege of walking in the door to a brand you've never even heard of. And the pitch is essentially, trust us, the deals are worth it. That's a really hard sell. Walmart wasn't asking for a membership fee, neither was Kmart or any other retailer. So Costco needed something powerful enough to make people believe, something that felt so obviously undeniably cheap that it cut through all skepticism. They needed a symbol, and in 1985 they found one. The Costco food court launched with a simple combo: a hot dog and a soda for $1.50. Now, in 1985, that was already really cheap, but here's what made it remarkable. They decided to never raise the price. Ever. Not as an official policy, just as a quiet commitment. The idea came from Sol Price, one of the founding influences behind the whole Costco model. He understood something most retailers didn't: that trust is worth more than margin. Here's the psychology at work. When you walk into a Costco and see a hot dog for $1.50, your brain does something automatic. It anchors. It says, this place is on my side. You don't even have to buy the hot dog. Just seeing it recalibrates how you feel about every other price in the store. Suddenly, the $8 rotisserie chicken feels like a steal. The bulk paper towel feels like a deal, and everything gets filtered through the lens of a company that clearly isn't trying to squeeze you. This is called anchor pricing, and Costco didn't just stumble into it. They built an entire brand identity around it. That hot dog became the emotional proof point of the membership value. By the 1990s, Costco was growing fast, membership numbers climbed, new warehouses opened across the country, and the hot dog stayed at $1.50. But keeping it there wasn't easy. By the early 2000s, pork prices had risen significantly, and Costco was taking a real loss on every single hot dog sold, and yet the price held. Then CEO Jim Senegal pulled aside his successor, Craig Jelinek, who had come to him with a straightforward proposal: raise the hot dog price, even just a quarter. The math made sense. Senegal's response was immediate: if you raise the hot dog, I will kill you. Again, not a figure of speech. So Costco did something remarkable instead. Rather than raise the price, they decided to eliminate the cost problem entirely. They built their own hot dog manufacturing facility. They cut out the supplier and took vertical control of the entire production chain just to protect a $1.50 hot dog. Let that sink in. Costco built a factory for a hot dog, so they wouldn't have to charge you an extra quarter. By 2023, Costco was selling over 150 million hot dogs a year at a loss on purpose, and membership numbers kept climbing, past 60 million, then 70, each one paying an annual fee of $65 and $120 for premium just to get in the door. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Costco doesn't actually make money selling you things. I mean, they do, but that's not where the real money is. In a recent fiscal year, Costco's total operating income was just over $8 billion, and of that, more than $4.5 billion came purely from membership fees. The retail operation itself runs on razor-thin margins, sometimes under 2%. Costco's entire retail model is essentially a machine designed to justify membership renewals. Every product, every deal, every loss leader exists to answer one question in the back of your mind: was it worth paying to come here? And that hot dog says yes, even before you've touched a shopping cart. And the renewal rate proves it works. Costco's membership renewal rate consistently sits above 90%. In the US, it's closer to 93%. That is almost unheard of in any subscription business. Netflix doesn't keep 93% of its subscribers, Spotify doesn't, and gym memberships definitely don't. But Costco does, because Costco has a hot dog. So what's the real lesson here? On the surface, this is a story about a hot dog, but underneath, it's a masterclass in what actually builds customer loyalty. Not ads, not discounts, not loyalty points or app notifications. A promise kept consistently for 40 years. That $1.50 hot dog works because it's physical, tangible proof that Costco means what it says, that when they tell you they're on your side, they actually are, even when it costs them. Most companies optimize for short-term margin. They squeeze a little here, raise the price there, and hope no one notices. But Costco understood that trust, real trust, is worth more than any margin you can extract. The hot dog isn't about food. It never was. It's about a company saying, we will absorb the cost so you don't have to, and doing it every single day for 4 decades. That's not marketing, that's a covenant. And it built one of the most loyal customer bases in the history of retail. So the next time you bite into that hot dog, you're not just eating lunch, you're renewing a 40-year promise.